Hi, I'm Jim, and I'm going to show you a simple, easy way to draw with pastels. And today I thought I'd do a drawing that looked like we were walking back into the woods. So I'm going to start with a little bit of, it's like an olive green, and just very gently, in circular motions, let's make some foliage. This will be way in the background. All right, and leave the white spots between the trees. That'll be the bright spots shining through. You'll see what I mean. You don't want to fill up all the paper. All right, yeah, because that pastel is very powerful. It's going to take over the paper in an instant. And maybe have some here. All right. And okay, now blend it in just a little. Not too much. You don't have to press too hard. Got to be careful so you don't burn your fingers. Mine are kind of used to it after so many years. There you go. All right. Get some idea of where the trees are going to be way in the background. All right, now let's add a little bit more color. Maybe a little bit of darker green, just a tiny bit. Not too much. Just maybe go and touch each area a little. Yeah, because we don't want these to be too dark. And once again, bring it together. There you go. Maybe just a little bit brown. That's all, just to dull it a little. Tiny bit, just like you did the other colors, just a little bit here and there. And once again, you want to leave that white in between there. That's going to be the places where it's going to glow. And this one goes out to my friends Katie and Shane. They like these in the woods paintings, so this one's for you guys. All right, now let's take a little bit of white, and in between we want this to be the light spot, so let's add a little bit of white in between all of these trees that we made. So in between here, and just to make it all misty looking and everything, bring everything together. Even go into the green part. Now, once again, start where the trees were, and try not to blend too much into the white area, just where the trees were again. Bring that white misty color into the trees. There you go, maybe one more time. Starting in the light area and working out again. Maybe some over here, maybe some over here too. Right. Once again, I'm not really blending too much where the white part is, just where the trees will be. I want to keep that white part as bright as possible. It is going to dull a little anyway, there's nothing you can do about it. Alright, there you go. Now, what I like to do is, even though that's far away, I still like to add a little bit of highlight. Just a little bit of yellow. Be very bright back there. This just make it look so nice. It's a little sample in the back. And we have the light coming through this way, so it'll be glancing off the trees here. Maybe a little right here. here. Love the yellow color. It's really nice with the green and with the blue sky. Unfortunately, we don't have a blue sky today, but there you go, a little over there, and a little over here. Right, there you go. And leave it just like that. Now, let's move move forward now. So we want to get darker. So let's take a little bit of the dark green and maybe there's a little tree right here. You don't have to go crazy. We're not going to add too many trees. And there's a little bit that sticks up here, it comes over like this. And a little bigger there. And mush it down here. We're going to have a whole bunch of different colors down in the foreground here. Let's add a little brown. I don't use pure black. This is like a raw umber color. It's like a charcoaly color, I guess, maybe mixed with a little bit of dark brown too or whatever. It's just a very, very dark color, but it's not really pure black. There you go. And there you go. Let's bring it all together now. We'll think of the way the trees will look. Boy, there you go. There's one maybe right there. There's another one. Maybe this one comes up like this. It's a great thing with pastel. It's like a finger painting almost. You can just move it all around the paper. Here's one over here maybe. There it is going back into the woods there. And this one goes maybe really high up there. There you go. Over here. There we go. Alright, now let's fill in the foreground a little bit with some color. I always like to put in the brown. That dulls things very nicely for these in the woods paintings. I don't really know what we want to do up front yet, but I just like to put some color in. We need the dark to show the light, so we put down a lot of different dark colors and our highlights will show up real nice. And maybe even a bit of blue color to make it a dark color in the front. We could have used that throughout the painting, but I chose not to. Purple is very popular too in painting. It's going to give you a very realistic type of view. There's a lot of purple in nature. There's a lot of purple in the shadows and the darknesses and all that. Purple always looks nice when you use it, especially in plein air painting outdoors. Okay, there you go. Now let's add a little bit of highlight to the trees. I used yellow in the background, so let's add a little yellow in the foreground. Just wiggle it side to side like that. Now the light's coming from here, so let's center on these sides of the trees here. There's a little glare up there, maybe something right there. Boom, 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 like that. Yeah, maybe just a little on top there. Like that. Maybe a little over here. And this one's getting a little bit of light too. He sticks way up there. Alright. This one's even getting a little bit hiding behind there. You want to leave him out. And just bring in all the edges. This gives it a roundness. There you go. Like that. We don't want any straight lines there. Alright, maybe one more layer. Think in layers and blend as you go and fill it in. There's a big one right there. Like that. Here. One right there, sticking there. There. And blend that line in again. There it is. Alrighty. Now, maybe there's some land here. Maybe there's a little path that goes back here. Think about where you want it to disappear. And put the grass in around it. And it comes up here and around like this. We don't want to cover it up with too much yellow. We want all those nice darks to show through also that we put down before. So like that. All right, we have an idea where our path's going to be, so let's add a little bit of brown for the path. And make it go back like that, and then as you come forward, just widen it like that. It'll look like it's going right back into the painting. There you go. There you go, just like that. Add a little highlight to it. Take a little white. Come back later and add a little bit more. Now, let's move forward. And maybe, let's say maybe on this side over here, we have a nice big pine tree right here. This is that raw umber color again. It's that grayed brown or whatever. And just work side to side like this, and little happy faces and squiggly lines. A pine tree isn't perfect, so you don't have to be. There's one leg right there. Don't want them to lean too much, although they will lean sometimes. Maybe another one right here. We'll make that one lean. There you go. That one's leaning in. Alright. Very good. There it is. Now let's add some color to it. We'll just add some green over the gray, or the dark gray, whatever it is. And maybe even a little bit of brown. I want to make those trees nice and dark so they stand out in front of this layer here. All right, bring it all together. And light's coming from this way, so let's make the shadow this way. There you go, just bring some of it down, that's all you gotta do. Alright, you can even add a little bit of highlight, take a little bit of light green, and every so often, not every one, you don't have to highlight every one. A little bit that show through here near the light side. Oops. That's a major hazard in the job there, dropping pastels. Alright, now, let's work on the other side for a little while. Let's go to the other side, and maybe there's a big tree that goes up the side here. Using the raw umber color again. And let's push one up really nice, there it is. Maybe it comes over and it hangs down in front like that. There you go. Yeah, maybe a little bit of brown in there too. Alright, bring it all together. Zip. And once again the shadows this way. Got the light coming from the center, so there you go. And maybe some highlight on the side here. Just a little bit, you don't have to overdo it. There you go. Just like that. Yeah, touch it a little bit. I like to bring it down a little. Sometimes it's really white when you put it on in pastel like that. You can't blend it first to put it on the canvas or paper. You just have to put it on. So you do have to dull it out a little bit. Sometimes it's really bright. Alright, now let's fix that path a little bit. Let's bring the the path in. Alright, this plays with the grass around the... This will add light against the dark, so those shadows come out even more now that we've added that there. Alright, maybe a little mix of the tree there. Alright. I'm back with the dirty fingers. I haven't cleaned my fingers or anything. I use all the colors that I've used since I started in the background. Just keep blending them all together. And if you're careful and you don't push too hard, you can still blend real nicely and you're not going to blend away any of that color. Alright, now let's go back up here. Maybe have some leaves in the trees. Be careful with this. You don't want to tap too hard. You're going to start ruining all your pastels. They're going to fall apart on you. This also looks nice if you use the raw umber color, the very dark color like this. It also looks nice like that. But I'll continue with the green. I like the dark green. It's like a phthalo green almost. And just a little sample in the trees like this. Don't forget to cover up the limbs too, it'll look really nice. Try not to leave too much of the limbs exposed. Alright, now let's go back to the other side, and we do have our light source from here, so let's just add a little bit of brightness to the trees on this side. That'll look kind of neat. There you go, like that. Boing boing. There we go. This one's way up here. Alright. Like that, maybe even a little bit of yellow in the highlight on the tree. You can also get away with adding a little bit of orange. That always looks pretty sharp. Alright. And even reflected color is a light blue. That always looks nice as a reflected color in trees. You don't even have to blend that in, leave it just like that. It looks kind of neat. Alright, now, maybe there's with the raw umber color again, maybe there's a little rock that's hanging out right here. Maybe two of them. Always looks nice in pairs like that. And blend it in. Once again, the shadows are going to be coming this way, zinging this way. There you go. Alright, put a little highlight on that. You can add more colors to the rock. I just put a little raw umber there instead. You can add browns and blues and all that stuff. I just want to get going here and move along. Maybe there's some... Taking a little charcoal, pastel charcoal pencil, fine pointed pencil, and just adding a little bit of things around the... There you go. And that looks pretty good. I think we'll leave that one be. See you again.